Here's what most people get wrong about ginger water after 70. Because it is natural, they assume more must be better. It is not. In one controlled study, ginger shortened the time it took the stomach to empty by about 51%. Remember that number. 51%. That is not a small number. But the same drink that settles one person's stomach may cause heartburn, diarrhea, dizziness, or problems alongside medication in someone else. Ginger water is not a miracle. Used carefully, however, it may become a useful part of your morning. This is not only about digestion. After 70, eating too little can weaken muscle, low blood pressure can affect balance, and knee discomfort can reduce walking. These changes touch your independence. I am a physician with more than 15 years of experience caring for older adults and studying peer-reviewed research. I have seen patients arrive with bags full of prescriptions, vitamins, and herbal drinks. My first reaction was not fear. It was frustration, because nobody had explained how they might work together. I am not here to sell you a supplement or scare you into a course. Most ginger research used measured powders, capsules, or extracts, not homemade ginger water. We cannot assume that one weak cup produces the same effects. Stay with me until the end, because I will reveal the common morning mistake that turns this gentle drink into a heartburn trigger. I will also give you a simple 7-day plan. Before we begin, subscribe and tell me your age in the comments. I read every single comment. Keep 3 ideas in mind. First is movement. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols, which give it that sharp taste. They may influence the muscles and nerves involved in digestion. Think of your stomach like a mixing bowl with a doorway at the bottom. Ginger may help the contents move toward that doorway. Second is signaling. Your body uses chemical messages to manage nausea, inflammation, blood sugar, and blood vessels. Think of these signals like traffic lights. Ginger does not rebuild the road, but it may change a few lights. Third is concentration. One thin slice is different from several grams of dried powder. Think of weak coffee compared with a double espresso. Hashtag number 1, the 51% stomach shift. The first possible change is faster stomach movement. Here's what it does inside you. After breakfast, your stomach squeezes, mixes food, and releases it into the small intestine. When this process is slow, food may feel as if it is sitting beneath your ribs. You may experience fullness, pressure, or burping. Researchers at Chang'an University studied 24 healthy adults. Participants received 1,200 milligrams of ginger before soup on one day and a placebo on another. The average stomach half-emptying time decreased from about 27 minutes to 13 minutes, with ginger roughly 51% faster. But the study did not involve adults over 70 or homemade ginger water. The volunteers' symptoms did not significantly improve. Faster movement does not guarantee comfort. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Margaret, 76, from Columbus. Every morning she ate toast, swallowed 6 pills, and felt a heavy stone beneath her ribs. By 11 o'clock, she was hungry and shaky because she had barely eaten. Margaret began using 1 thin slice of ginger in hot water after breakfast. The drink smelled fresh and slightly lemony. She did not experience a miracle, but the heavy feeling seemed less noticeable, and she began finishing breakfast more often. So what should you do instead? Place 1 or 2 thin slices in 8 to 12 ounces of hot water. Steep for 5 minutes and sip it with or after breakfast. Persistent fullness, vomiting, black stool, trouble swallowing, or unexplained weight loss should be assessed by a clinician. Do not use ginger to hide an ongoing symptom. Hashtag number 2, the nausea signal may become quieter. Do you sometimes wake with a rolling stomach or little desire to eat? Ginger has its strongest reputation in the treatment of nausea. Here's what it does inside you. Nausea involves signals traveling between your digestive system and brain. Think of it like an oversensitive smoke alarm. Ginger appears to influence some of the wires connected to that alarm, although it cannot remove every possible cause. A nutrition journal review examined 12 trials, involving 1,278 women with pregnancy-related nausea and vomiting. Ginger improved nausea scores, but did not clearly reduce vomiting. These women were not seniors, but the result shows ginger's effect is more than folklore. Someone I'll call Robert, 79, from Tucson, stopped eating breakfast because his morning pills left a bitter taste and an unsettled stomach. His wife could hear his spoon tapping against an untouched bowl. A pharmacist discovered Robert was taking a medicine on an empty stomach even though it required food. After correcting the timing and adding a mild ginger drink beside breakfast, he began eating normally again. Here's what most people get wrong. Ginger may quiet nausea, but it cannot tell you why the nausea started. So what should you do instead? For occasional mild queasiness, try half a cup after a few bites of breakfast. Pair it with protein, such as an egg, plain yogurt, or oatmeal with milk, if those foods fit your plan. New or persistent nausea, accompanied by chest pressure, severe pain, confusion, repeated vomiting, or weight loss, requires medical attention. Hashtag number 3. Your blood sugar pattern may shift. Ginger water is not a diabetes treatment. However, measured ginger powder has influenced blood sugar in some studies. Here's what it does inside you. Insulin acts like a key moving sugar from the blood into cells. With insulin resistance, the lock becomes stiff. Think of your bloodstream like a river. Too much sugar can gradually damage the banks your vessels, kidneys, eyes, and nerves. A double-blind trial linked with Tehran University of Medical Sciences assigned 50 adults with type 2 diabetes to 2 grams of ginger powder or placebo daily for 10 weeks. 45 completed the trial. Fasting glucose fell by about 26 milligrams per deciliter in the ginger group, while it rose by about 12 in the placebo group. The 3-month blood sugar marker also improved modestly. That result came from 2 grams of measured powder, not a slice floating in water. Never use this study as a reason to reduce medication. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Linda, 73, from Baltimore. A neighbor told her strong ginger water could wash sugar out. So Linda skipped breakfast and drank a concentrated brew beside her diabetes medicine. By late morning, she felt sweaty, hollow, and unsteady. Her care team restored breakfast and proper glucose checks. She kept ginger only as a mild flavor. The trembling stopped. So what should you do instead? If you take insulin or another glucose-lowering medicine, ask your doctor or pharmacist before using concentrated ginger daily. Keep your meals and medication schedule consistent. Never change a prescription because one morning reading looks better. Synergy tip: combine a weak ginger drink with a balanced breakfast containing protein and fiber. Ginger plus breakfast makes more sense than ginger plus fasting. Hashtag number 4. Blood pressure may move in either direction. Blood pressure keeps blood reaching your brain. High pressure strains vessels. Pressure that falls too low can cause dizziness and falls. Here's what ginger may do inside you. Your blood vessels tighten and relax like flexible garden hoses. Ginger compounds may influence signals that allow those vessels to relax slightly. A review in phytotherapy research combined 6 randomized trials involving 345 participants. Ginger supplementation lowered the top blood pressure number by an average of about 6 points and the bottom number by about 2. Results varied widely between studies. 6 points may help one person and make another person lightheaded, particularly someone already taking blood pressure medicine or a water pill. Someone I'll call James, 82, from Savannah, grated a large piece of ginger into boiling water every morning. He drank it before taking 2 blood pressure medicines. One day he stood quickly, heard a rushing sound, saw black dots, and grabbed the counter before falling. His clinician found dehydration and a drop in pressure when he stood. The concentrated drink was another variable alongside medicine, heat, and too little fluid. So what should you do instead? Begin with a weak cup after food. If your clinician has asked you to monitor blood pressure, watch for a repeated change rather than reacting to one reading. Stop and seek guidance if you repeatedly feel faint, sudden one-sided weakness, trouble speaking, chest pain, Severe breathlessness or fainting requires urgent care. Share this with someone you love. Seniors deserve the truth short appointments may not cover. Hashtag number 5. Stiff joints may feel less demanding. Picture your first 10 steps in the morning. Your knees feel thick, your fingers resist movement, and you wait for your joints to warm up. Ginger may modestly reduce this discomfort in some people. Here's what it does inside you. Osteoarthritis involves irritated tissues and inflammatory signals around a joint. Think of your knee like a door hinge surrounded by an irritated frame. Ginger cannot install a new hinge, but it may turn down some of the chemical noise. A randomized trial involving 247 people with knee osteoarthritis tested a standardized extract containing ginger and a related spice. 63% of the treatment group reported improvement in knee pain while standing, compared with 50% taking placebo. A later review of 5 trials and 593 patients found small reductions in pain and disability. Small is the honest word. Ginger did not rebuild cartilage. Helen, 78, from Pittsburgh, stopped walking to the corner because of knee pain. Her world shrank to the kitchen, her chair, and the blue rug beside her bed. Ginger did not remove her pain. But after her clinician approved a mild drink and a physical therapist prescribed strengthening exercises, her mornings felt less rusty. Soon she heard the click of her front door closing behind her as she began walking outside again. So what should you do instead? Treat ginger as optional support, not the center of your arthritis plan. Pair it with safe movement. If appropriate for you, perform 5 slow sit-to-stands from a firm chair after breakfast, or follow your therapist's plan. Synergy tip: ginger plus movement is more useful than ginger plus rest. Movement protects strength, balance, and independence. Hashtag number 6, the empty stomach A&D medication trap. This is the mistake I promised to reveal. People make ginger water too strong, drink it quickly on an empty stomach, and swallow it beside a handful of pills. Here's what it does inside you. Ginger's sharp compounds may create burning in sensitive tissue. Think of your upper digestive tract like sunburned skin. Something mild on healthy skin can sting when the surface is already irritated. A tolerability study involving 47 people found that about 15% reported bloating, 13% heartburn, and 11% diarrhea. A separate analysis of 5 arthritis trials found that participants taking ginger were more than twice as likely to leave because of side effects than those taking placebo. Natural does not mean symptom-free. If you take a blood thinner, diabetes medicine, blood pressure drug, or water pill, use caution. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health advises discussing herbal products with a health professional because interactions are possible. So, what should you do instead? Use 1 or 2 thin slices, not tablespoons, of grated ginger. Drink it after a few bites of food. Avoid adding lemon if acid worsens your reflux. Stop if you develop burning, diarrhea, unusual bruising, or repeated dizziness. Write down every prescription, vitamin, tea, powder, and supplement you use. Ask your pharmacist, could daily ginger interact with anything on this list or make my blood sugar or blood pressure run lower? Do not stop or reduce prescribed medication on your own. First, ginger may speed stomach movement, although faster emptying does not guarantee greater comfort. Second, it may quiet certain nausea signals, but you must still identify why nausea is occurring. Third, measured ginger has modestly affected blood sugar in some diabetes trials, but homemade ginger water cannot replace breakfast, monitoring, or medicine. Fourth, ginger may slightly lower blood pressure. That may be useful for one person and destabilizing for another. Fifth, it may modestly reduce joint discomfort, but movement and strength remain more important. Sixth, a concentrated drink can trigger heartburn, diarrhea, dizziness, or medication concerns. What happens if you sip ginger water every morning after 70? You may notice easier digestion, less queasiness, or slightly calmer joints. You may notice nothing, or you may discover that your body does not tolerate it. The honest answer is simple. Ginger can be a supporting actor. It should never become the director of your medical care. Number 1. Write down all medicines and supplements you take. Ask your pharmacist about ginger if you use blood thinners, diabetes medicine, blood pressure drugs, or water pills. Number 2. Place 1 or 2 thin slices of fresh ginger in 8 to 12 ounces of hot water. Steep for 5 minutes. Number 3. Drink it slowly, with or after breakfast. Do not use it as a meal replacement. Number 4. For 7 days, notice your stomach comfort, bowel changes, dizziness, and your usual glucose or pressure pattern if you already monitor it. Number 5. Stop if it causes burning, diarrhea, bruising, or repeated lightheadedness. A health habit should earn its place. At 70, 80, or 90, health is protected by small acts of attention. It is the breakfast you eat even when the internet promises fasting will solve everything. It is the medication list folded in your wallet. It is the question you ask your pharmacist. It is the short walk you take because your knees need strength more than promises. Independence can look ordinary. Carrying your own groceries, buttoning your shirt, walking safely through the quiet house at night, remembering your grandchildren's names and laughing with them at dinner. Those are not small things. They are the architecture of dignity. If ginger water helps you eat breakfast and begin the day comfortably, it can be a pleasant ritual. If it causes burning or dizziness, wisdom means letting it go. Your body is not failing. It is communicating. You are not too old to improve a routine, become stronger, or take a more active role in your care. One careful choice today still matters. And it is never too late. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more calm, practical, senior health guidance. Then tell me in the comments, did ginger water make your stomach feel better, worse, or no different? Include your age if you are comfortable. I read every single comment